All praises be to Allah, the only and ultimate creator of the universe. Watching eyes, listening ears. Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to all. This is Zubair Tawfiq and you are watching my YouTube channel. I hope you people are sound and safe. Today, in this video, I will be guiding you people the basics of flowcharts. What is a flowchart? Flowchart is basically a picture which is going to represent the algorithm. We can say that it's a pictorial or a graphical representation of an algorithm. Now here, a question should strike your head that what is an algorithm? Algorithm is basically the step-by-step breakdown of a complex problem into small chunks or small subparts so that it is easier for you to conquer them or it is easier for you to solve them. So that is basically called as an algorithm. Like, let me give you one example. You might have solved an algebraic expression in mathematics. Is it that you just write the question and in the next line you jump to the answer? No, I don't think so. You do like this. So what you do, you follow the step-by-step approach in order to reach to your answer. We can define a flowchart in a second way also, that it is a type of diagram which represents an algorithm or a process. Now there are certain flowchart symbols which are used in a flowchart. So we will be discussing the basic ones. So let's do that. The first symbol is basically a terminal symbol. It will be used at the start of the flowchart and it will be used at the end of the flowchart also. It has the same shape. If this is used in the beginning of the flowchart, it will be called as the start, and if the same symbol is used at the end of the flowchart, it will be called then as the end of the flowchart. So this is basically an oval shaped symbol that indicates the start and the end of the flowchart. It can be an oval shaped symbol or it can be a symbol like this, a rectangle. It's not a rectangle, but from the sides it will be curved. This is basically a terminal symbol which you can call as a start or stop or begin or end. The next flowchart symbol is basically a parallelogram shaped symbol which is called input as well as output. If this symbol is used in the beginning, means to say if you use it once in the flowchart, definitely it will be the input. If you use it again in the flowchart, then you will be using it to display the result, then it will be the output symbol. So it's a parallelogram shaped symbol which is used to represent the input and it is used to display the output also. So this is the parallelogram shaped symbol. Now the next symbol is a process symbol. Process symbol is basically a rectangular shaped symbol, and this symbol is basically used to indicate any kind of internal operations, any kind of initializations or any kind of calculations which you want to perform in a flowchart. For that purpose you have to use the process symbol. You can see over here it's a rectangle shaped symbol. The next symbol is basically called a decision symbol. That is very important. Decision symbol is a diamond shaped symbol which has two branches, or you can say that this symbol is going to demand questions. Like let me give you one example. As nowadays as because of COVID-19 online classes are going on, so my question is, are the online classes going on? There are two options for that, yes or no. Is the aircon on? Yes, no. Is the normal schooling going on nowadays? Yes or no? Okay, so these are the two conditions or the two states from which we have to select. So this is the diamond shaped symbol It has two branches, as I've told you, one for yes and one for no. Now the next symbol is a connector symbol. This symbol is basically a small circle, you can say that, and this circle is used to tell that if the flowchart has to continue somewhere else, then you have to use this circular shaped symbol. Let me give you one example. Suppose you are drawing a flowchart on a small piece of paper, and the problem for which you are drawing the flowchart, it's a very complex problem, and you have to create a complex flowchart. So your page is small, you need to continue the flowchart, and the page has ended but the flowchart didn't end. So in order to continue the flowchart on another page or on the next page, you have to use a circular shaped symbol to indicate that the flowchart didn't end over here, it is continued somewhere else. Okay? Now, or you can say that if you can use this circular shaped symbol to connect breaks in the flowchart also. Now the next symbol is, these are basically flow lines. These are arrow shaped symbols. These basically tell us the direction of flow of data. Always remember that the direction of flow of data is from top to bottom or from left to the right. These you can see over here. Now there's one more symbol which is called as a subroutine. A subroutine is basically a rectangular shaped symbol, and it has got two vertical lines towards the small side of the rectangle. And what is basically the purpose of the subroutine symbol? It basically displays a predefined process, a process which has already been defined before, so it is going to represent that. The next thing which you need to know is the rules to make flowcharts. A lot of students, they create a lot of problems and they create a lot of trouble in that. The basic thing is, if you are going to draw a flowchart on a piece of paper, please make sure you draw proper flowchart symbols. Don't draw your own symbols, okay? Draw the proper symbols which are standard. So the first rule is, the flowchart symbols should be drawn nicely and properly. They shouldn't be drawn haphazardly or they shouldn't be drawn dirty, okay? The direction of flow of data is from top to bottom and from left to right. Flow lines should not cross each other. This is very important. Then the same symbol should have two branches, as I've told you before, or exit points, one for yes or no, or true or false. And then all the flowchart must have terminal symbols, means to say you have used a start symbol, the same symbol has to be used at the end of the flowchart to indicate that the flowchart is ending at that point. Now there are some examples. I've given two basic examples to teach you people how to create flowchart. You can easily create the flowchart in PowerPoint, you can easily create a flowchart in Microsoft Word also, and you definitely it will be very easy for you people to create the flowchart on a piece of paper. Now the first example is flowchart to add two numbers. Now how we can do that? It's very simple. See, in the beginning, to start the activity, to start the flowchart, you should have this oval shaped symbol called the start. This will indicate that the flowchart is going to start from that point. Then you're going to use a flow line which will basically tell you the direction of flow of data. Now the next is, since I need to add two numbers, so definitely I will be needing input. So the symbol which I will be using for that purpose is a parallelogram shaped symbol. I'm going to use this symbol for the first time, so this time it will be called as an input symbol, like input A and B. Suppose these are two numbers, then again the flow line, then the next is the process symbol which will do some calculations. What calculations it is going to do? it is going to add these two numbers, means to say the values which are stored in A or B, it is going to add those. Suppose A has 10 and B has also 10. So sum is equal to A plus B, means 10 plus 10. So the result should be 20. Again the flow line will be there, and then now once you have done the calculation, you need to display the result. So in order to display the result, you are going to use the same symbol, which is this parallelogram shape symbol, but this time it will be called as the output symbol, not the input. Why output? Because it is going to display the result. And once the result is displayed, again the flow line will be there. Now here I cannot leave my flowchart as it is like this. Why? Because this has to end. The activity started, the activity has to end. So there has to be an indication. So we are going to use again the same oval shaped symbol, and this time we will write inside it end or stop to tell that the flowchart has ended at that point. So this is very simple flowchart which is going to help you out to add two numbers. This flowchart can also be used to multiply two numbers, to divide two numbers, to multiply more than two numbers. You can do it by yourself. Now, the next example is a little complex. And why? Because it is going to use the decision symbol also. Now, what is in this example? Now, this example, I've created a flowchart to fill a water tank. The procedure is very simple. Like if you have to fill a water tank, what is the procedure? Yeah, please tell me. Definitely, correct. You have to turn the tap open. You have to turn on the tap. You have to open the tap so that the water should flow towards the tank. Now, after opening the tap, will you close it instantly? No, you have to wait until the tank fills. Okay, now the waiting process, here the decision symbol will be involved. How? Let's see. Now see, you are going to start the flowchart, then the flow line will come. Now here in this flowchart, we are not going to use any input. The processes will be involved. Okay, some initialization has to be done. Now open the tap. Okay, this is the process. Then again the flow line. Then after opening the tap, you have to wait. Definitely you have to wait. Then again the flow line. Then the decision symbol will be involved. What is the question being asked in the decision symbol? Is the tank filled? Always remember, you have two options for that. One is either a yes or a no. Okay, so let's see. If it is a no, it means you have to wait. It is a loop. This decision makes a loop. This decision symbol, if the condition is not satisfied, if the condition is false, then the loop will repeat. It will continue until or unless the condition gets satisfied. Okay, now what is the process? Open the tap and wait. Why wait? To see whether the tank has been filled or not. If the tank is not filled, you keep waiting. But if the tank is filled, if the condition gets true, then what you do? Close the tap. That's very simple. Why to close the tap? So that the water shouldn't get wasted. Okay? Once the condition gets true, the loop will break and then the flowchart is going to end. So that's so simple. I hope this video might have made you people understand what is exactly a flowchart. What is the science behind the flowchart? How this flowchart helps us to pictorially represent some problems so that it's easier for us to understand them and then solve them also. Take care. Bye.